You have returned. Did the Reaver answer to its name?
It worked well enough, and we recovered a shard from it as well.
May I see it? Know that other pieces of the blade are missing. But I think with this shard, we now have enough.
Enough to remake the blade? And how do you know that?
I simply know. But the pieces are not enough. I still do not understand how the sword was broken in the first place. Was it the power of the avatar of the King of Shadows? I was not there when it shattered, so I do not know.
If I could, I would. But you are right to ask me. At least I speak plainly, unlike the Gith. I was too busy being detained on the lower planes after the battle with the Avatar, and have had little time since then to discover how the blade was broken. But there is one who has had much time to consider it, and knows something of the King of Shadows. The King of Shadows has had many enemies. In the distant past, he fought an ancient dragon by the name of Nololoth, and their battle spanned the plains. Nololoth was defeated, unfortunately. He was struck down, but his spirit was chained to this realm by the Ilfarn Empire until they could find a way to heal him.
If this Nololoth knows how the blade was broken, then that is knowledge we must have. We have been climbing for some time, but I feel that our destination is near. Ah, look there. It is the path that Amanjaro spoke of, the one that winds like the tail of a great beast. Life grows thick here, even in the middle of these dead mountains. It must be the presence of the dragon spirit that makes this place possible. Know that we should continue our search. The dragon cannot be far.
My name is Nololoth Karagazant, but I know the weaknesses of the minds of mortals in shaping such words. You may settle with Nololoth. Once I was a great power, an ancient being of crystalline might. Once, now no longer. Are you or are you not of Ilfarn? Dead. Then my last shreds of hope go along with them. It is a wonder that the endless decades have not driven me mad. I have waited for them for thousands of years. I was promised a new life, and instead, I have been abandoned, left to languish in this insignificant crack in the world. Why don't we start with why you have come here? Of course, your weapon was broken by the King of Shadows, was it not? Of silver swords I know but little. The Githyanki jealously guard their secrets. But I do know about the King of Shadows' tactics, how it breaks an opponent. Your adversary spreads its influence by corrupting its targets, until they no longer resemble what they once were. Eventually, all one can see is the shadow. It grows long and distracts us from what casts it. But a shadow can never become more than a weak outline. It may stretch and grow fearsomely large, but always must it circle its master. Your blade is no different. If the sword is to be made whole again, you must look past the pale shadows its broken pieces cast, and find the center from where the shadow emanates. If you do not, then there is no way in which the sword may be reformed. That, mortal, is only done through an act of will. There are beings in more chaotic planes that survive through such acts. The Githyanki have strong bonds with their weapons. These bonds are important to the creation of silver swords. Repairing a sword requires incredible strength of will. And how does one teach that kind of power? I cannot. Then that is where you must go now, mortal.
It will be perilous, but I believe we can use the song portal from the Ilfarn ruins to reach the Guardian ruins on the outskirts of West Harbor.
I can see from your eyes that this is what you came for. Now, I must ask of you. Always I have been promised recompense at a later date. Even now, my mind verges on insanity with the long years. For tolerating your presence, I make but one demand. Kill me. This life is an abomination, and I am no longer content to wait for chance to rescue me from the void.
This place is still. Even the air hesitates in its crawl. Where the blade was shattered, the land will be marked. That is where we must go if we are to make the blade of Gith as it was. We are here. This is the place. I can feel it. The scar runs deep. It is here that we must mend the blade anew and close the wound. Yet without your presence and focus, this is but a place. Is your will here? Very well. Sit with me. Listen to my voice. Grasp the hilt and close your eyes. Hear not just my words, but the meaning behind them. Zerthamon's will, my will, your will. Let us all be as one. In this place, broken upon shadow, carved deep in earth, what once was sundered from two peoples born, make all that was scattered whole again, by the heart that guides the will, by the will that guides the hand, and the hand that guides the blade. That is not the power from the blade you feel. It is your own strength, focused in the blade itself. It is the will that guides it, that gives it power. Without what lies within your heart, this would be no sword, only a thing of shards. But enough of... Wait. Something comes.
How does it feel to be back home, shard bearer? Is that the famed blade? It looks so fragile, and little use without you to hold it together. My master does not fear a poorly forged blade, nor a poorly forged hero.
Lei me vo creni.
I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something strange about this place. I've heard of the poet this journal belongs to. He was relentless. The relentless poet, in fact. He disappeared many, many years ago. It seems the orcs stripped the body. There doesn't seem to be anything left. Ow, 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 ow! I stubbed my toe on something. You know, I don't see anything on the ground I could have stepped on. Unless, well, just as I suspected. I couldn't see it because it's invisible. Here, look at this. See? It appears to be an invisible instrument of some sort. just lying around where anyone could have stepped on it and damaged it. Shameful. I wonder if it still works. Well, only one way to find out. Oh, well, yes, of course, here you go. Didn't mean to be all greedy fingers on you, share and share alike and all. What, can you not feel it? Here, let me see it. Maybe it's broken. No, it feels intact. Let me try it. Did you hear those lingering tones? The way the notes seem to float in the air. This instrument is able to take even the simplest breaths and turn them into beautiful music. Why? The invisibility. The music. Why didn't I think of it before? This must be a Wendersnaven instrument. I am somewhat sorry for leading you on this rabbit chase, but, well, perhaps this amazing find is actually a gift. The Wendersnaven's way of helping us. And you know, I think that's enough. As long as we both believe, knowledge of their legendary existence will never die. Well, goodbye, Wendersnaven, wherever you are. And thank you so much for the gift.
Let us settle this.
Allez-moi vos reines.
E lei mi